Alright guys, what's going on? And welcome back. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Tonight's video is going to be about Fennec. Well, I'm going to go over all the Fennecs real quick and give you guys like a spotlight of my light Fennec. I will say that I just learned, actually not just learned, but I think a month or two ago I posted on the Monster Super League subreddit, and I found out that Fennec is not a male. It's actually a female. But let's get to it. I'm just going to do a quick run through in case you guys, in case you don't know, or if you have any questions about whether I should build any of the Fennecs or not. We're starting with the fire one. I know the RGB, they all have the same, it's all the same. Attack down for the second skill, and then Hunter for the first. Hunter by itself is a great skill, but I dislike it when it's when it applies only to a certain type of mon, like the wood, the fire, and the water, because it makes that mon pretty much useless outside of Titans or outside of a certain area. I mean, don't get me wrong, they still have their uses, but still, just regular Hunter, in my opinion, is far superior. And the main issue with the RGB ones is that they're all critical hit reliant, so you need max crit rate in order for the moves to even maybe proc, and that's for their 5-star. Even with 100% crit rate, there's only an 80% chance, not counting resistance, for it to proc and apply attack down. Which, attack down for 2 turns is nice, and 80% is quite a lot. But there's far better mons that can do attack down in the first skill and aren't crit reliant. To me, the Fennecs are just like 3-star Minos. I mean, I'd probably still go with the Minos over the Fennecs, but if you built one, I mean, it's not the worst thing you could build. At the minimum, it's just a Titans mon more than anything. But I really didn't bother trying to build any of the red, green, or blue because it's just too many crit reliant mons in the game sometimes, and it just gets really old quick because you can never have enough intuition gems or ruin gems to max the crit rate so they can actually do the damage that they're supposed to do. So I mean, red, green, yeah, the fire, water, and grass are all the same besides the hunter skills, and they're not bad mons, but them being crit reliant and they don't even get a boost in crit damage or crit rate because they're not light or dark makes me just lean towards getting a Mino, because if you're at the last stage of the game, you can just catch all the Minos you want and be done with it. I mean, you can still build the Fennecs through the eggs. It might take a little bit of time, but it's definitely not impossible. But they're definitely not something that I would go out my way to build. But if you already have them, there's nothing wrong with building for Titans. The dark one, the dark one's probably honestly the worst one out of the bunch. Reason being is because it is once again critical rate reliant, which is fine. Battle rush with critical hits isn't my favorite thing in the world, but battle rush in general is it's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't mind battle rush. You see it a lot on some of the siphon farmers, and it can really help. But in Dark Fennec's case, it's just garbage. Battle rush is crit reliant, is not good, and it would be good, but the 5-star skill silence is just like what? I mean, you can use that in PvE. I don't know why you would. If you have a team with a siphon set on, or a mon with a siphon set, or even just a good 6-star, 6-star team in general with some nice 6-star gems, they should be able to wipe out the regular PvE mobs even on extreme within 2, maybe 3 turns max. So I wouldn't get why you would need silence for that. I mean, in theory, you could use Dark Fennec for PvP, but I wouldn't even waste my time building one. You know, I would just stay away from him because, well, stay away from her because there's nothing that it brings to the table, and you're gonna waste all your good gems trying to max out its crit rate for a, you know, not so good performance. Last but not least, of course, is a light one, and again, it is she is crit reliant. All of them are crit reliant, but you have to remember the light ones, light mons in general, besides the healers, do have an extra 10% crit rate, so you just need 80 to max your crit rate out, and just having the universal hunter and 50% on the first skill is like 10 out of 10. It's a really good move since the 3-star skill procs all the time. Like all the time. I don't know, for every couple of hits with your 3-star you get 1 5-star, so it being on the 3-star skill really shines. And if you max the crit rate out, then you're automatically doing 50% more crit damage than normal, which I think regular crit damage is 100% without gems. So you're at 150%. Now, if you throw Light Fennec on a Ruin set with max crit rate, then you would be at, in theory, 190% crit damage, which is a lot. And then, not only that, but if you had Light Fennec as the leader, they get an additional 40% crit damage. So you're looking at roughly about what, 230% crit damage, which is insane for your first skill. The only problem is that Light Fennec is an attacker, so she's very, very she's just a glass cannon. Either she's gonna do damage and wreck, or she's going to get wrecked, even with an HP gem on her, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a gamble that's definitely worth taking, and do keep in mind that you can skill book all the Phoenixes, so it'll help boost her damage up even more, which I currently need to do. But yeah, the light one without a doubt is definitely the best one out of the bunch, and I was a bit skeptical with building her at first, but I gave her a shot at level 40 with the Ruin set on, and she was doing, you know, okay damage. And 50, I was like, okay, she's critting for like 13k at level 50, so we'll go ahead and get her to 60 and see what she does. And she's definitely a beast. This is my Light Fennec, of course. She is on Ruin set. She has crit rate, should be HP and attack. Decent subs on it. Unfortunately, I wish that one had a little bit more crit rate on her, or on it, because as you can see, she has like no resist and almost 100% crit rate. I'm like 8% short, and I've been trying to plus 12 other gems to see if I can squeeze out a little bit more crit rate and get her to 100% or as close as possible to it, because her crit damage on her first skill is insane. And okay, yeah, I was off. I think it's Dark Mons that have the 100% crit damage, not the light. So from the set alone, she's at 109% crit damage, plus with Hunter applied on her first skill when it procs, that's 159 damage, and if she's leader, then that's an extra 40%, so you're looking at 200% crit damage, which is dirt nasty. Like, when I say like her damage is sick, it is sick, and I'm gonna go ahead and show her off. I'm just trying to, okay, yeah, crit damage from Dark Mons is 100%. That's what I figured. I got those two confused, but we can go ahead and just show her off real quick. She's definitely quite powerful, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I mean, a lot of mods are quite powerful if you have them on a ruin set with max crit. Yeah, I'm trying to build a pebble on the side because I don't have one yet, but we'll worry about that later. We'll go ahead and do the Starstone dungeon just for fun. I'll make Light Fennec the leader. Oops. And I'll bring in now, the biggest problem, like I said before, with Light Fennec is that since she's an attacker, she can't really take hits. But I mean, she can definitely do the hits. So she's definitely gonna need a team that can support her or take away the aggro, because if not, she just gets wrecked in a turn or two. We're going to have her attack regularly and see if she crits. Yep, you see that? That Mino's dead. That was a good 80k. 80k crit. And that dude was gone. And this is without defense down applied, so like I said, it is disgusting how much damage Light Fennec can do in a crit situation. I don't know if we can... No, they don't survive. Kiki does nearly similar damage. Well, with defense down applied. So we'll go ahead and try that out again. So yeah, that's roughly 85k right off the bat. Let's see if I can defense down the other Mino and see how it is with defense down. Okay, we got it. So yeah, definitely make certain dungeons for like nothing. Just beware though, if she gets hit, it's rest in peace to the squad, so hopefully she'll crit. And look at that, it's 33k a hit with defense down. Which I don't know about you, I don't know what kind of mons you have, but for me, that is like a crap ton of damage. Yeah, 30k, which is insane. But this is Starstone though. Hoping I can defense down the bosses and show you guys what she can do if she crits. Just like crit or go home. Yeah, 20k hit, 20k a hit on the boss, which is what Kiki's AoE does at the moment with Predator on it, with I think 30%, which still isn't bad. So I mean, if she's correctly gemmed up, she can definitely be a help in the Starstone dungeon, the Dark dungeon, and Light dungeon. Just like I said before, be very wary, because depending on what team she's on, she can't tank. She can't even, I wouldn't even, you know, I wouldn't put her in a group unless you're on auto and you bring a healer, because she will get tore up. And I can't stress that enough. We'll go ahead and try her in PvP. I definitely like using her in PvP as well. The only problem again is if she gets targeted, she's going down in flames. But her damage can be quite well too. There's plenty of times in PvP where I just straight one-shot them on from crit because her damage is so high on her first. Let's see if we can... Well, they killed that Dark Mino, but she's only level 50. These aren't hard. Aw, jerk. If I can defense down this. Oh. Yeah. And Water Fibbing is a tank, and you see with defense down, she's a good 20k a hit still, but that's as a leader. So she's definitely viable, at least in the lower stages of PvP. But of course, I don't recommend her for the top tier stuff, because it's either like defense aggressors or go home. But she's definitely usable in PvP as well. I do use her a lot. Of course, she does excellent damage in Titans. She usually averages out about 300 to 400k in Titans when I do use her. So she definitely does, I think, the most damage, if not almost the most damage in Titans of all my light and dark mons. She just tore back TP. I would definitely like to use her in B10, but the problem is that once she gets targeted, because I don't have a couple other mons built, well, light and dark mons built for B10, once she gets targeted, she just gets destroyed. But her damage is just amazing in there, especially since she gets the 100% for, you know, attacking the same element or dark element. So she's okay in PvP, nothing special. She can help you on the lower end. I can't think of what else I can show you guys. I mean, we can try B10, but she's not going to survive it. That's the problem. That's going to be the big problem, because the magic ores, they just hit so much that it just destroys. It destroys her right now. Once I get like a full light team set up with my light siren, to the point where she can have the shield even if they do decide to attack her and she won't die, I think she'll be pretty optimal. But until then, I mean, I can't really use her. So. But look at that, it's sick. Just don't target her. Ugh. See, that was only one turn and nearly half her HP is gone. And they keep targeting her and not Light Nike. But she can nearly just one-shot these dudes. Yeah, she just straight one-shot that Mino. But there they go. They're like, you have to die. You're a threat. Don't kill her, please. Oh, getting close there. Get him out of here. Hopefully she can make it to the golem. This is getting intense. Auto, she won't make it. I've tried with like this group on auto. It's impossible right now. See if we can pop the fence down. No. Okay, go with cockpit. She doesn't die. Oh, no crit. Hoping that she crits. Okay, there it goes. So yeah, 25k hit on the golem, so that's 100k with defense down. But there's your issue right there. She can't even survive the special. So she's definitely a glass cannon. It should be fine though. Yeah, so she's definitely usable in B10, but she's gonna need somebody with a shield or a healer. Maybe a dedicated healer. We'll probably just Light Siren, like I said, to make her usable, but you can use her in B10. Auto with the correct team, but other than that, manual for the most part. It's just that, like I said before, and like I say again, if she gets targeted, she's done. I have used her in dragons. I'm out of sigils, but I have used her in dragons, and on the dragons it's about the same damage. About 25k a hit, so she's hitting 100k a hit without even being fully skill booked. So damage wise, she's really good. If you have one of her, she's really good. She's not Dark Gatito good, which I do wish I had a Dark Gatito, but you know, I started playing way after Dark Gatito already had, I think, 2 runs, so I missed out on Dark Gatito, but I think this is pretty much as close as I can get to Dark Gatito. But if you have a light Fennec and you're on the fence about building her, I would definitely invest in her. If you're not sure all the way, just get her level 50. If you can throw a ruin set on her with high crit rate, then do that and just wait until later. If you have the gems and are willing to invest in her, and she's a pretty solid mon in my opinion. I don't regret building her. Like I said, I like using her a lot. Her only flaw is that she can't take any damage, even with additional HP, because her defense is like awful. Just awful. But her attack is it's pretty nice. Hopefully I can get her to 100% crit rate or close to it. I'll show you guys at a later time how she does in like B10 on auto once I finish getting my light team up, because as you see I have some light mons. I do have a couple of dark that I can use, but I just need to raise them. But yeah, she's definitely usable. I definitely don't regret building her. I'll be building this one too once I get a square stop from my crit rate gem. But yeah, this is Light Fennec, and thanks for watching, guys.